Stop bitching and start witching. Swords in the building. Okay, guys. I just wanted to tell you that communicating with the dead, I started with my friend that died. You know what I'm saying? Um, he came to me for information, and that's how I learned how to communicate with the other side, people that passed on. But it was easier for me because it was a friend of mine. I realized that communicating with the dead was easy because we are multidimensional beings. Our mind is multidimensional. It is not located in the brain. It's not located in the freaking body. All right. So all you gotta do is talk in your mind, and your loved ones will hear you. You know how they say when you praying, right, and you praying but you're not talking it out loud, but you're praying. You're talking in your mind, right? You expect whoever you're praying to hear you, right? It's the same thing. If you're talking in your mind, the person that you're talking to that crossed over will hear you because they're in that dimension of the astral realm, you could say. And your mind is actually multidimensional. It's not in the body. That's the reason why you're able to visualize, and that's the reason why you have imagination. The subconscious mind don't know the difference when you're imagining something. So if you picture yourself, if you visualize yourself on the beach, you are on the beach. The subconscious mind is gonna think you're on a beach. It's not gonna know the difference. It don't know the difference. You know what I mean? The subconscious mind just gives you whatever you ask for, whatever you visualize. If you guys don't know what the subconscious mind is, I suggest you study the subconscious mind. Like I said in my other videos, the subconscious mind is basically where all the memories are located. And another thing I want to talk about is when I first learned how to astral project, I had to work on my chakras first. I mean, I went straight to astral projection because I was programming my mind to astral project, but every time I would try to astral project, I would have to go back and work on one of my chakras. Like every time I'm trying to expand and activate my third eye, activate my powers within, I was always getting knocked back down. Like, you know what I mean? There's no way I could have just went straight to the third eye. Every time I try to go and just open up my third eye, I was always told by my higher self, you could say. I just knew that I had to go back and work on my chakra. So me learning how to astral project, coming out my body and roaming around, astral projected in different realms, I had to face all my fears. I had to work on my issues with my parents. I mean, I had to work on issues from when I was a child. I had a lot of issues. I had to work on my root chakra. You can't just open up your third eye like that and don't work on your chakras. A lot of y'all don't realize that to open up your third eye, you have to at least balance out the first, second, and third chakra and the heart chakra and the throat to even get to the third eye. You can't just say, I'm going to open up my third eye and that's it. It don't go like that. You got to work on your damn chakras first. You know what I mean? If you're trying to mess with the occult, you're trying to learn about the third eye, you're trying to tap into astral projection, you at least got to know what's going on in your first and second chakra. You know what I mean? You have to be balanced when it comes to the physical realm before you get to the higher realm. You can't just focus on the third eye and you're in survival mode. If you're in survival mode, you're not going to have time to focus on your third eye because you're busy trying to survive. You're just trying to survive. You're trying to, You're trying to eat. You're trying to pay that rent. If you're just worrying about rent and eating and so always in survival mode, there's no way you're gonna be able to work on your third eye, because all that energy is basically, you're basically distracting. You're basically distracted because you keep focusing on your bottom chakra, the root chakra. My point is, I had to like heal from past memories just to get to the third eye frequency of astral projecting. And you know what I'm saying? I had to work on my solar plex. I had to work on my heart. I mean, I'm still working on my chakras, but my point is, I'm not focused on survival mode. So I have all the time in the world to focus on my third eye, to activate my third eye. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you don't realize that occult knowledge is no different from psychology. Any real occultist will tell you that occult and psychology is basically the same thing. Because when you start tapping into your inner self, when you start tapping into the third eye, you know, different higher, the higher consciousness, you have to do psychology on yourself, because you're gonna be meeting with a lot of fears. You're gonna have a lot of fears popping up, and you're gonna be like, where the hell did this come from? It's because of, a lot of times you have fear because of childhood memories. You know what I mean? If you still have issues with your parents, for example, you know, you got to work on those issues before you start messing with your third eye. If you still got issues with women, for example, and or you know what I mean, like you hate women, or you hate men, or you know what I mean, like you got issues with your lower chakra, the first and second. If you're a sex addict, for example, you still got issues with sex, there's no way you could tap into the third eye, because you're still not balanced on the first, second, and third chakra, especially those bottom three. So my point is, if you're trying to get into the occult knowledge and you're trying to tap into astral projection, I know a lot of people tell me they want to know how to astral project, and you know, they want to activate the third eye. I suggest that you work on your root chakra first. Work on your root chakra, work on your second chakra, the sacral chakra, and the third chakra, the solar plex, at least before you start messing with your third eye energy. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, occult is basically the same thing as psychology. You have to go back to childhood and reprogram yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to do that at least. And that's all I gotta say. You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to mess with the third eye, don't just go straight to the third eye. It's almost like a school. You got to start from first grade, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, nine, right? You didn't start from the ninth grade. You started from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the same thing with the chakras. You can't just go straight to the third eye. You got to start from the bottom chakra. You know what I mean? Work on your survival mode. If you're in survival mode, you're not going to have enough time to work on your chakra, because you're busy trying to survive. You know what I mean? You got to balance the first chakra. You got to balance the second chakra if you got issues, you know, like, and the third chakra. Work on those first before you talking about you want to go straight to practicing black magic and shit like that. And you know what I mean? I notice a lot of people that practice black magic, so-called witches that say they practice black magic, they off balance. The only thing they want to do with the magic, the only thing they trying to do is get some dude to want them. You know what I mean? They off balance. They trying to force people to be with them. That's all they do. They just trying to use energy to get some guy to love them or some shit. Dumb shit. They not trying to evolve. They just trying to force people to be with them. You know, attacking people for no reason. I mean, you know what I mean? That's because they didn't work on the bottom chakra first. They off balance. They just want to know the information so they could fuck with people. You know what I'm saying? And real occultists and real witches, they know that you can't just be messing with black magic and you're off balance, you have to at least work on the chakras first. If somebody don't want you, just let it be. They don't want you, just leave them alone. They, only somebody that's off balance with their chakra, they got issues, gonna try to do black magic on somebody to get them to want them. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That shit never plays out good anyway. So my point is, if you want to learn about occult knowledge, open up the third eye, activate your spiritual gifts, clairvoyant, seeing beyond, hearing beyond, your psychic powers. If you want to activate those things, work on the chakras first. The bottom 3 chakras at least. Have it balanced before you start messing with occult information or going around saying you're doing black magic. All right? Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I got an accent. I'm Jamaican, so you're going to hear my accent. But don't forget to subscribe. I'm about to be out. Peace.